Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Temi Talks Live here on the Wavy Baller Hub. If this is your first time watching with me, make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, follow the movement that is the Wavy Baller Hub. You guys see what it is in the description. A Manchester United versus Spurs preview, a huge game for both clubs. Pushing for top four. So many implications, a lot of nerves, I can't lie. And both teams really need to win it, man. Both teams really need to win it. I'm glad to have a few guests with me on this live stream today. A few guests with me on this live stream today. It's going to be great. I think one of them just disappeared. I don't know. I'm sure he's going to come back. But guys, really important. Really important game for us, and I'm looking forward to it. Get in the comments, make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and we're going to get right into it, okay? I'm going to introduce my first guest. Her name is Elena, big Spurs fan. I'm going to bring her in right now. Elena, how are you doing? Good. Nice.
I'm good.
Nice.
How are you?
I'm doing well. So, guys, this is my first time meeting Elena today, and also my second guest, who is a Manchester United fan. I am bringing in my guy, NK. What's going on, bro? How are you?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I cannot complain. Both of you guys, thank you so much for hopping on my channel, showing some love and showing some support. We're going to talk about this game, flow, and have some fun. And, guys, let's get right into it. Big game, like I mentioned, for both teams. Spurs, I think, currently sit sixth, if I'm not mistaken. Sixth in the table, or seventh, excuse me. But with 2 games at hand on Manchester United, only 2 points behind. So if they win, this is humongous, right, for them. They jump us and get into 5th place. Manchester United currently sitting in 5th place with 28 games played. We're not in a great spot. Manchester United are not in a great spot at any. There's no way to put how bad of a position we're in right now. I'm gonna go straight to Elena. I'm gonna ask you directly. Obviously, Spurs, it's been a very up and down season for you guys. A lot of roller coasters, a lot of different emotions. One, how are you feeling about this game? Are you nervous? Are you apprehensive? Are you confident? Like, what is your overall feeling for this game on Saturday?
I can never be confident when it comes to watching Tottenham. Like, I'm never confident, especially a Manchester United game. It's never going to be. It's never going to be confident. So I'm always nervous watching Tottenham playing anyone.
Right.
But yeah, coming into this game, it's like you said, it's huge for both clubs. Personally, I don't think we're going to get top 4, but we got to keep fighting for it. So
Right.
it's massive for literally everyone involved. I think, to be honest, it's hard to say. We don't normally do well, but obviously we do have that great 6-1 that we're living off last season, so we hopefully can replicate that. But yeah, it's not looking great for us right now. We literally now we've got Bentancur back, we have a bit of more of a chance, but it's not looking great.
Yeah, that 6-1 is it will never leave me. Like, it was one of the most painful performances I think I've watched live in my career. I'm a very young YouTuber, but I think the video that got the most views on my channel so far is me absolutely losing my mind. Like, I'm like borderline in tears. Like,
it was great.
Yeah,
Lamela holding his face. I don't know who he thinks he is.
Oh,
it's Lamela.
It was so bad. I'm literally like in tears. I would recommend anyone who hasn't seen that video go watch it. It's just I go back and watch it just to laugh at myself. But anyway, NK, bro.
Well, to be honest, now with the whole Chelsea thing, we might have 2 places to fight for.
That's true. And that's I want to see if I can get some time tomorrow to bring a Chelsea fan on my channel and talk about that. But that's a great point. I mean, we both have a great chance to get top 4 considering what's going on with Chelsea. But NK, bro, obviously as a Manchester United fan, you know how it's been. A lot of pain, a lot of disappointment this season. But we got a big, probably one of our biggest wins this season has been against Spurs. I think big 3-0 win this season. Didn't expect it at the time. No, I just have to say it.
No. Listen, we got Conte. Who's the real winners?
Yeah, that's true. You're not wrong about that. But NK, what is your feeling about this game on Saturday? Are you confident? Are you apprehensive? How are you feeling, bro? Because I'm a little bit on the fence. Convince me to be confident.
I think, as a United fan, you're always gonna be on the fence. After what happened against City over the weekend, I'm not confident at all going to this game. I'm not confident at all. If anything, I just feel like it's a game that if we get draw, we will be lucky to get draw from this game. That's how I'm seeing it.
Wow.
That's how low confidence is right now for me as a United fan. You know, because then if you look at Tottenham too, I think they just literally came to Manchester and just beat City, and then they come into another back to Manchester too. So they will be pretty much confident that they can come there and just take 3 points, and rightfully so.
Yeah, no, and the thing with Spurs for me is they're a little bit similar to us this season in that they've had a lot of high highs.
We're not consistent.
And a lot
There's
of
no
low
consistency.
lows. Right. I think you beat City and then you followed up by losing to Burnley, was it? Right.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of it's a very mixed bag when it comes to Spurs, right? So I'm a little curious to see. I'm a bit confident, honestly. Weirdly enough, I'm a bit confident. The thing with Man City is they can do that to literally anyone. They can do that to literally anyone.
The thing is, but
go ahead.
City, we always play well against City. We where City's, everyone has that team where they never play well against.
Right.
We are City's but firstly, City have never scored at our ground. We most of the time when we go there, we either win or draw. Our record against City is insane. So don't take the City result as anything. To be honest, we beat City and then lost to Burnley. Let's not sugarcoat what the situation here. We can't play two good games in a row. We're actually incapable of doing that. I don't know what it is, but we're incapable. I wouldn't sit there and be because. Yeah, go on.
Sorry, I was going to ask you on that point of the inconsistency. You mentioned the big win against City, the loss to Burnley. I think you had a huge win this week against Everton. I mean, that was that 5-0 was absolutely insane.
I love putting Frank in the mud, so that was fun.
Yeah, no, of course. I'm sure you're happy about that. But on that point, Elena, does that game are you I'm gonna ask you again. I'm surprised you aren't more confident, in this upcoming match coming off of the back of that game.
That game was mad, but it's Everton, and we all know Everton's position this season. And under Frank, to be honest, they've kind of lowered. They haven't actually. I know that they got Frank to save them, but it's not looking too good. So I'm not going to get overly excited about that because we did this against everyone. We got that last second winner against Leicester. We then couldn't beat Southampton and Wolves. We then go beat City. We couldn't beat Burnley. Now we go and beat Everton 5-0. We'll see our performance that we put in against United. It's actually impossible for Tottenham to put 2 good games in a row. We never see 2 good games in a row. So I could be confident, but when I look at personnel, you still have the better personnel. Obviously, yes, we've got Conte. Yes, that's great. But I think personnel overall, you've still got more of a squad. I don't know. Is it the worst thing? I don't want Arsenal to get top 4. So do I rather United get top 4? I'd rather United get top 4 over Arsenal. I don't see us doing it. So.
That's fair enough. It's not looking good for us. Arsenal is looking pretty decent. I can't lie right now.
I actually can't have it. I swear, I actually can't have it.
NK, I'm gonna come to you. Let's talk a little bit about let's go a little bit into tactics right now. And obviously against City, we tried a lot of different things that I wasn't as mad at what Ralph did tactically than some people were. Do you think he's going to revert back to playing a Ronaldo at number 9? Do you think that the likes of Matic might come back in for this? Who are you feeling is going to get a game that maybe
I think in regards with Tottenham, the personnel is not the most important thing. I think it's about how we kind of play the game, what formation we start with. Looking at Tottenham, one thing that I have seen is Conte team, they struggle against teams that defend deep or well organized. Their last 6 defeats that they had, I think 6 of the teams that have defeated Tottenham since Conte came, they play 3 at the back. Right. Wolves play 3 at the back. They lost Middlesbrough too, who played 3 at the back too. Chelsea, who beat them 3 times, play 3 at the back too. Yeah, so when teams set up that kind of way where they don't give them space, they struggle to break them down because their fullbacks are not the best of fullbacks. And I think that's where Tottenham team kind of like struggle. When you give them spacing behind, they will eat you alive, as you saw against what they call it, Everton. So if Rob tactic, I think he should go with 3 at the back. You know, you set up 3 at the back, literally low block, and then we should let them come to us, and then we hit them on the counter. It's not a game that, I think it's a game that we need to approach it cautiously, you know, cautiously, and just take our chance as to go on. But in terms of personnel, would I bring Ronaldo on? Possibly so, because even though he didn't play last time, Pogba played as a striker. He did good for like half an hour, but eventually you can just see that we just lack a bit of kind of like forward, kind of like thing, that fear factor up front. If he's fit, I'll bring him back into the team. Maybe bring Matic inside there so that we can keep a bit of hold of the midfield, because against City, they were finding holes in between the defense and the midfield, and it was a big problem too. So someone to come in there would be great for us.
No, I agree. You make amazing points, NK. I wonder, I mean, the 3 at the back thing is a very interesting thing. Me and a buddy who comes on this channel regularly, we talked about playing 3 at the back versus City, and maybe playing 3 at the back for the rest of the season, just to hold us off until, you know, we get a new manager and, you know, make some adjustments, maybe buy more defensive-minded midfield players, all that good stuff. But to challenge that, Lily, I'll ask you the question of, you know, you're probably going to play a back 3. That's what that's what Conte does. Yeah. That's his tried and true formation. What worries you from a United perspective? You know, NK kind of just broke down how, you know, we should set up, you know, and what the threats that Tottenham poses. What do you think, you know, who should play, and you know, what are you most concerned about heading into that game?
Midfield for us. Midfield. I think midfield is the most concern for us. We don't have a strong midfield, and I always believe in the old saying of have a win the midfield, win the game kind of thing. And I think that we have a genuine hole in the middle of the pitch. I think obviously Benteke coming in does really help because we don't have to play Winks, which is excellent. Anytime I don't have to see Winks is good. But I think that the problem is we don't have a strong enough midfield. And I think obviously depending on who you play at Untitled, you lot don't have a DM. And I know you've got a midfield issue, although I think your midfield is more solidified. If we play, for example, Højbjerg, Winks, and you know Benteke, it's you know it's not looking good. We wouldn't play that 3, but for example, I think we need to play. We would have to play Benteke. We have to play Højbjerg because we don't have anyone else to play in that role. I think as the problem is that, as you've mentioned, we like space at the back. We like to play with wing backs. Our attacking doesn't come from our midfield. We don't have an attacking midfielder. So our attacking comes all from our wing backs. Now, we don't have great wing backs. You know, if you've got Doherty, I mean, Reguilon fine, but Doherty's not the one. I mean, Royale is awful. I do not want to play Royale. He cannot cross a ball. So I am not even, he can't do a decent delivery. So if we're playing Doherty, we need to be quick on the break, and I feel like what we do is we're trying to play this counter-attacking ball. We have been trying to do this against Everton. Yes, we were able to have the ball and, you know, play a bit more free-flowing, but overall when we play bigger teams, we've been trying to do this counter-attacking clinical moves. But if you lot are tight and have you know, if you do play 3 at the back and you've got very much, you know, a very strong midfield, you will probably counter us. So it's going to be difficult. I think we should stick with the formation we've been playing, because I think obviously you win a 5-0 win, you shouldn't really change it. But yeah, have a lot of the attacking coming from the wings. I think that's Conte's thing. That's what he wants to see. It's his system. So
yeah,
if we can pull it off, it works well.
Yeah, how do you feel about the 3 at the back formation as a whole? I know that Conte, right, that's his formation, but it's not really a traditional Spurs thing, right? How do you feel about that? And in terms of, obviously you mentioned the deficiencies at wing back. Do you think it limits you? Do you think it's a positive? Because it's been very up and down since he's been there. Like, would you want to change that formation?
What I think I would want to change that formation. I think we should try and get more attacking through the middle. And I think you don't get that 3 at the back. With 3 at the back, you are relying on your wing backs. And I think that our wing backs are not good enough to sustain it. So if we played, you know, like 4-2-3-1, maybe something along those lines, it will probably work a bit better.
Right.
But For me, it does depend on personnel. We don't have an attacking midfielder, so he is trying to get as much attacking as he can in this team. But also that is his choice as well. From what I've heard in January, he said we were all like literally gagging for attacking midfielder, and he was like, "No, I do not want one. I want all our attacking to come from the wing back." So it is his choice. So he is playing free at the back, and it is his thing. I think it does work, but it could be better. And I think that in terms of with us playing Ben Davis as Ben Davis is our only left playing centre back, and he really thrives off that. Like we've known that at Chelsea, known that all his teams, he needs a left playing centre back, right playing centre back, centre. He likes them, very solidified people in there. So we've got to play Ben Davis, Eric Dyer, and obviously Romero. So they're our centre backs. So we're relying on a lot on Romero being good because them two are. I mean, Dyer's Dyer, but
yeah. So NK, I'll thank you, Lily, for that. But NK, I'm curious to. For me, this season has been a bit of a mixed bag. Obviously, when Ralph came in, I feel like we've seen progress, right? We've seen progress with what Ralph has done in terms of our chance creation numbers have improved gradually since he's been a part of our side. But we haven't seen the results on paper, right? We haven't seen the results, in terms of goal creation. Do you think he should mix it up going forward? I've kind of liked not seeing Ronaldo. That, I mean, even though we had a tough time against City, I liked the blueprint maybe against other sides, right? Maybe playing Bruno as a false nine, or having Elena and Sancho as wide players I've enjoyed that. Do you think Ralph was onto something against City, and even though it was not what we expected in terms of a result, do you think tactically that mindset is something we should probably apply to, I don't want to say lesser teams, no offense to Elena, but like what are your thoughts on that?
See, the thing is, if you look at our results, I mean, a lot of people, the way as fans and the outside world, it looked like we've been losing a lot of games. But in reality, since Ralph came, I mean, actually not even since Ralph came, since Ole left, United have lost only 2 games.
Right.
And that was against Wolves and Man City.
Right.
But the problem is that we've been drawing a lot of games, and the draws has been the fact that we cannot perform for 90 minutes. We only perform for 45 minutes. So anytime we do that, teams are able to come back into the game. And that has been the biggest kind of a problem, So if we score, maybe if we are leading 1-0 second half, we just drop performance and then other people come in. So it's more about what can he do to get them playing for at least, like, what do you call it? For the 90 minutes. Yeah. And also with the chance creation too, the team just not ruthless. And it doesn't matter who you bring into the team. They're just not ruthless enough. We miss kind of like a lot of chances as we go on. And there are going to be games where you don't score a lot of goals and then you just score once. And then when you score 1-2, you rely on your defense to keep a clean sheet. And unfortunately, our backline to make a lot of mistakes. So I feel like there's not a lot that Ralph as a manager can do, because whatever personnel you try, whoever you bring in, someone is always born to just let you down, whether it's the attack or whether it's what you call it, is the defense. So in a way, it's more to do with the players' mentality on the day, can they hold it up for 90 minutes, because we can be crying and say, okay, let's bring Rashford in. He come in there, he's going to have a bad performance. You bring someone else in. If you watch our games, most of the time, sometimes the people who come on from the bench have a lot of impact. And then when they come on, they have an impact. We're like, oh, start them the next game. But then when they start the next following game, then their performance just drop down too. So it's all to do with mentality of them too. We need leaders on the pitch so that when we have one good half and then we come in for the second half or whatever half it is, they just need to just be good leaders on the pitch to just say, hey, you know what? Let's relax, let's be organized, and let's take in control of the game. Let's not rush through things too much. Like, how most of the time Bruno just start rushing the passes and players just lose their head too. Let's just do that too. You talk about what do you call it? This week, for example, Harry Kane, if you've seen how he played recently, he like to drop deep.
Yeah.
So when he dropped deep too, it's going to be out to our defense to say, look, let's not follow his run, because when you do that, what he does is he will pull someone off the defense And then some will kind of like go into that
space. Exactly.
So we need to have leaders and good mentality to say, look, when he goes,
disciplined.
Get someone to say, hey, you know what, you take it instead of just drawing you out of the position. Get someone to just kind of like do it. And I think that's what tactically Ralph can just do that. But when you want to pitch to, those players need to be organized. They need to talk to each other to organize it. And I think that's what we lack as a team. Leaders on the pitch to just literally organize them on the pitch. So we don't have that.
No, that NK, you're speaking facts. I can't disagree with anything you're saying. That's something that Manchester United lacks. Is really the mentality warriors, right? The people who, you know, can dig in when things are getting rough, and when, you know, for us the issue is when things get shaky, we can't rise above the turbulence, because in every football match, no matter who you are, no matter what club you are, you could be Man City, you could be Bayern Munich, there's going to be a moment in a game where there's going to be an uncomfortable moment for you.
Right.
And I think I could say the same thing for Spurs. I could say the same thing for United. We both struggle in those moments, those key moments when you need a bit of guile, a bit of leadership. Both of these teams struggle. So I'm going to ask the question. I'm going to ask the question right now. I'm going to go for score predictions, and then we're going to do something really fun afterwards. I want us to do real quick. I want us to do a combined 11, but real quick, let's do a score prediction. I'm going to go Elena. Elena, what is your score prediction for this game?
I hate score predictions. I hate doing them.
You got to do it. You got to do it.
Okay. I'm going to go confident. I'm going to go 2-1 to us.
Okay. 2-1. I respect it. NK, where are you going?
I think it's going to be a lot of goals. I'm going 3-2 United.
Man. Oof. I was going to say 3-2, but I'm not going to do the same one as you. So I am going to go 4-2 United. That's what I'm going to go. I'm going to go 4-2. I'm going to go 4-2 United. Even though we haven't been scoring a ton of goals, we scored 3 goals against you guys earlier in the season. That's not a 4-2 where it's like where we absolutely blew you out of the water. I'm thinking, you know, it's tons of goals, it's back and forth, you know, and you know what I mean? And we just end up, you know, maybe getting a late consolation goal, something like that. But guys, I love this. I'm enjoying this, man. I'm really enjoying this. I want us to do something fun to cap off the stream. Again, thank you guys so much for hopping on with me, guys. Elena and NK's information is in the description, so make sure to follow them. Elena, I put your YouTube information in there. NK, if there's anything else you want me to plug after this, just let me know. I'll plug it in the description for you, okay? So people can click on your information, all that good stuff. But let's get started. Let's get started with it real quick. Goalkeepers, Lloris or De Gea? Where are we going?
Oh my God!
And you have to be objective, or as objective as you possibly
can be. I will go with De Gea. I think both of them, they're not good with their feet. Lloris made a couple of like mistakes recently. De Gea too, in terms of mistake, made like none this season. So I'll go with De Gea this season for goalkeeper.
I think I'm gonna go De Gea too, but this is not biased.
I'll let it slide. I was gonna sit here and make a case, but it's fine. You are right, Lloris.
You were supposed to have a Spurs fan with you on here to defend you and fight for you, but I don't know where you went. So
no, listen. I get the De Gea one because he actually can't. His distribution's awful. As much as I think Lloris is brilliant, I think it makes sense. It makes sense in terms of having De Gea there.
I'm glad that you're being objective, Elena. I'm glad that you're being objective. So let's just do it. Let's just do like a 4-3-3. Let's not get too too technical or whatever. So right back, we have Royale, Doherty, Dalot, and Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Those aren't great options.
They're not.
All 4 of those guys, not great options. So I don't know. Oh, that's tough. I would just say Dalot because he's the best on the ball out of the 4 of them, but it's not. I mean,
I was gonna go Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah, it's you're picking at straws. You're picking at straws.
I mean, I've seen a bit of like, well, yeah, I've seen him. It's okay. It's okay. I think going forward is okay.
No.
They play further back, so
I feel like Spurs fans hate him more than other. I mean, you guys watch him more, right? But when I watch him,
I genuinely don't want him on the
bad.
Yeah, he's awful. His distribution makes me want to cry. He cannot cross the ball for a right back.
Well, Delon crossing is also awful too. So I think we're choosing from two bad players.
I'll take Royale if you want, but it's not great. Yeah, basically, no attacking from the right side.
This is a tough one. You know what? I'm gonna write this down. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna write our little list down, and then I'm gonna post our combined 11, tag us all in it, and then get people's thoughts on Twitter. Okay, so we have De Gea. Are we gonna go?
I think I'll give it to Delot.
We'll go with Delot.
Okay, we'll go with Delot. Okay, the 2 center backs. This is interesting.
Romero's got to be in there.
Interesting. Romero has to be in there. Wow.
Wow.
I agree. I agree with that.
Interesting. Okay, so Romero. I'm not gonna argue with that. Even though I like my guy Victor Lindelof, I'm very biased. One of my favorite players. Varane has to be in here, right?
I was gonna say it has to be Varane.
There's no. I don't even think there's a question, right? Left back. Shaw. Davies. I mean, he's been playing left center back, but
but it's more Reguilon.
Reguilon as well. Shaw or Reguilon. You know what? I would go Reguilon. You know what? It's tough. You know what? It's a tough one. That's tough.
I think it's hard. I like Shaw as a player, maybe not this season, but
maybe I'm being harsh because he's had a tough season. But I think Shaw's had better seasons than Reguilon has had at this level, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I think in terms of like, sure, attackingly sometimes it can be good, but the end product is not really good. And I see, like when they play like with the 3 as a fullback, he give what do you call it, Tottenham a lot of like attacking three. I think he scored 2 against Everton, didn't he? He scored against Everton, didn't he?
Yes,
I think he scored. Yeah. So we're gonna give him that. We're gonna give him that. He
plays more forward, and he's.
Are we going with Reguilon? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
My God, Sergio.
Okay. All right, so we're going to go CDM, and we're going to go 2 midfielders. This is going to be interesting.
All right, well, you don't have a CDMs.
There's a lot of options. So, I mean, there's Matic, right? I feel like there's a cult of United fans. I love Nemanja Matic, right? I think that he just doesn't play enough. If he played more often, I don't think this would be a question, right? I genuinely don't think this would be a question. But Højbjerg has played pretty much every game this season. Am I mistaken about that? Or maybe he's missed.
I think he played most of them. Yeah, he played most of them.
So I think we have to give it to Højbjerg off of the strength that he plays the most. He's the most consistent out of everybody.
Yeah, he's
right?
not great. I'm not a huge Højbjerg fan. But
I'm a big fan of him. I
like Højbjerg. I think he's. Granted, we have McTominay and Fred, so you have to remember that it's not like
you have McFred, so you're
it's not like we're talking about like prime Carrick here or something like that. Like this is not great options. Again, these are not great. These are not great options. But anyway, I digress. Center midfield. Pogba has to be in here. I'm not even going to sit here and. He has to be in here, right? Right? Am I?
No. Based on this season performance, but obviously, if we're gonna do it for names, then maybe you can say maybe against Højbjerg he can be better there. So we can say
it's like for Spurs, it's Bentancur just got there, right?
Yeah, we've only seen that a few games.
Winks, I'm not giving Winks anything.
No, Winks
I can never.
You know what I said? Winks is supposed to be a Spurs fan. If you're a Spurs fan, you wouldn't put my shirt on again.
Yeah.
Like if you really were a Spurs fan,
Elena
you wouldn't play for us again.
Is not holding back. Also, Lisa says Manchester United 1, Tottenham 3 is my prediction because we're shite. So you missed the predictions, Hasta La Vista, but I think that I predicted a 4-2 United. NK predicted a 3-2, and Lily predicted a 2-1. So we're all predicting goals. We're all predicting goals.
Apparently.
Apparently. So Pogba's going to be in here. I'm just going to write him in.
Yeah.
Pogba, 100%.
And we have the likes of Bruno. We have the likes of Fred, McTominay. Am I missing any? Oliver Skip, right?
He's injured, I think. I don't know if he's getting injuries.
So is it Bruno? Is it Bruno and Pogba? I mean, what are we? Are we mixing it up, putting Fred in there? What are we doing?
Put Bruno, Pogba.
In reality, this isn't a great midfield. Højbjerg, Pogba, and Bruno would be a terrible midfield.
But see, putting, we can probably put Bruno in there, but when we get to the other 3, that's when it's gonna be
really interesting.
Okay, all right.
So as it currently stands, it's De Gea at goalkeeper, De Gea, Delot, Romero, Varane, Reguilon as our back 5. We'll just call it. Højbjerg at CDM, Pogba, and Bruno as our central midfielders. At left wing, Son versus Sancho. That is, oh my goodness.
Right, you've got to put Son.
It's like, this is so, like, this is tough. You know what? This is so difficult. I love Jadon Sancho, but I also think Son is one of the most underrated players over the past like 6, 7, 8 years, like in the league. Like, he is so good. He is so good.
Can we not shift Sancho?
Yeah, I was gonna say it. I was gonna say that. I was gonna say maybe we put Sancho on the right because I can't see a way that I don't have Son in this team. You just can't.
You have to have
you
Son.
Cannot leave him out.
You can't leave him out.
He's
one of the best players.
I don't even need to talk. You know he has to go there. Like, I don't.
No,
need
to
he has to go there. He has to go there.
He does. Son is a special. Like, I think I'm over here. Like, I'm saying this as a object. I don't have too much ill will for Spurs as a United fan. It's like I don't. This isn't Chelsea or this isn't Arsenal. Excuse me. This isn't Liverpool. This isn't City. Like, Son is one of my favorite players to watch. Just objectively, I think he's one of the best players.
He's a fair player. He's exciting. He gets the ball. He can run. Like, he can do the if he needs to. Like, that's what it is.
Right. At striker, it's got to be Kane, right? It's got to be.
I don't need to speak.
Yeah,
it's Kane. It's Kane. Maybe 10 years ago we could have a different conversation, or 5 years ago we'd have a different conversation.
Yeah,
but
it has to be Kane.
It's Harry Kane. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. One of the top 3, 4 strikers in world football. Like, I don't think there's too much argument there. Right wing, Kulusevski, really good player. I want to say that out loud. I'm worried about him. Is he available?
He is.
Elena?
He is. He's available. Okay, but he's new as well. We haven't seen too much of him. Obviously, I don't watch Juve that closely to know, but
he's a good player.
He's looking good. He's looking very good, and he will take a shot.
I think he had a rough ending to his Juve career, which is why I think people have kind of forgotten the talent that he was coming into Juventus. I have ESPN Plus. I watch a lot of Italian football. I watch a lot of La Liga. So he's a good player. He's a good player, and I think he's going to show. You know, he's going to show himself. He's going to make a good account of himself in a Spurs jersey.
He scored a few times for us as well.
Yeah. But Jadon Sancho.
Sancho has to go. We don't put Sancho in there. They're going to come for us.
Yeah,
they will come for us.
Sancho has to be in here.
Yeah.
Asalavisa said, if I had a London team, I'd support Spurs because I can't stand Arsenal or Chelsea. Fair enough. I'm not going to argue with you there. Look, this team is not. It's not half. That midfield is a little sus. You know, it's a little sketchy.
The attack is decent.
The attack is very good. De Gea in goal, Delo at right back, Romero, Varane. I would have put Lindelof in there, but I'm gonna hold my hands up. I got outvoted, right?
Romero has to go in.
Not after what Lindelof did against City.
I know. But NK, let's be real. That was his worst performance by far this season. By far. I think this season he's probably been our most consistent center back, only because Varane's been hurt and Harry Maguire is who he is. There's just no. He is who he is. And left back, Reguilon, I like that. And then Højbjerg, Pogba, Bruno. It's good. You know,
there's nothing going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's cool. Left wing, Son. This front three is amazing. I mean, Son, Kane, Sancho. Oh, if that was a real front three, that's a title-winning front three right there.
Yeah,
definitely. That goals, assists, everything in there.
Yeah, Asalavisa says, from what I hear, Ronaldo's doubtful again. I don't really care. I'm
going to tell you we don't care.
I hate to tell you, we do not care. No. I mean, see, the thing of it is, it's like, I love Ronaldo, one of my favorite players of all time. It's just he's 37 years old now. You know, he's 37. Yeah. You can't expect him to be the player he was. You know, he's done a great job, but in this side, give me Kane 30, 40, 50 times over. No question. Yeah. But guys, we're wrapping up the show. Elena, NK, man, this was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for hopping on the channel. I hope I can get you guys both on soon. Elena, I do some, I don't just do Manchester United content. I'm working on diversifying myself and the channel and stuff, making sure we do other stuff. So hopefully I can get you back and we can just talk football in general. NK, bro, you know what you were talking about, and I'm going to get you on the channel talking United regularly.
Brilliant.
Regularly.
I'm gonna
Brilliant.
get you on some
Thank
stuff
you
as
very
well.
much.
I just found a gem. I just found a gem for this channel,
Honestly,
man.
your tactical analysis is excellent. Like,
thank you. Yes. When I get to ATL, I got a drink for you, bro. I got a drink for you, bro. So
hit me
already
up,
know.
because
I'm gonna hit you up,
I need
bro.
some friends down here.
Yeah, man.
I
I'm gonna hit you up.
definitely need to get you on some stuff as well. So both of you keep your DMs open.
Oh, for sure. Guys, thank you so much for everyone who's watched so far on Twitter, on YouTube. We really appreciate you guys. Make sure to follow Elena. Make sure to follow my guy NK. Their information is in the description below. Hit the like button for me, guys. Hit the subscribe button for me. I will talk to y'all, and we will talk to y'all very, very shortly, okay? Deuces.
Thank you.